Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SOP Football channel here on YouTube. We're excited to have you back here with us as we discuss topical issues about the English Premier League. Today, we come again with another topic about the loan system in the English Premier League. How does this help the clubs? Is it a cost or is it a blessing? So we're going to dissect this topic today and at least offer you some sort of clarification so you know where we stand and what the rules are. So join me as I welcome our pundits back on the channel. Mr. Barker, how do you do?
I'm good, man.
You're feeling good, all right.
We're talking about loan system with the Chelsea fan.
I have nothing to tell you. Mr. T.I.,
Hey.
I hope you're not going to roast me today. Please take it easy.
No. I've repented. I'm a child of God. I come in peace.
All right. So, guys, let's dissect this topic. The loan system. It's been a topic of some sort of controversy in the Premier League for a very long time. Some clubs feel like certain clubs take advantage of this position of the loan system to actually, should I say, fizzle out young players from other clubs, or maybe they entice them for better opportunities elsewhere and things like that. Or maybe they use the loan system to actually have more money.
Launder money.
I don't know what you're talking about, but whatever. So, but before we proceed, I just want to give a quote from Council of Europe here. What they said. They said that excessive loaning of players has influenced the competitive abilities of clubs and also distorted the uncertainties of result of sports competitions and slowed down the development of players' careers. So, taking this into account of what we're going to discuss today, do you guys think that the loan system is a curse or a blessing to the English Premier League and perhaps other leagues around the world?
No. The loan system is not a curse. The loan system is a blessing. How most clubs use it is the curse. So you see, the loan system was designed to provide an avenue to expose players, to let homegrown talent or people in your academy to get exposed and get more game time, right? It's an avenue for you to be able to still tap into quality and resources without paying overboard, all right? It's an opportunity to give somebody a chance and see how well they can develop, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. But how do most clubs use it now? Starting from the person I'm looking at right now. There was a season that you guys loaned up to 30 players.
Okay.
That's money laundering. So those are the...
Do you have proof for that?
Oh, it will all come to light. So those are the like the darkness that has overshadowed the good thing that the loan system is supposed to do, right? And then another thing is that now we are in a world, we live in the age of franchising, right? Right. See, they say too much of everything is bad, right? So I'll give you an example, right? In Saudi Arabia, a particular corporation owns 4 clubs in the league. Right? Now they own they own another club in the Premier League and then another one in Spain. So you see, it's now a situation whereby I can now move my resources around without paying. So it's a case of robbing Peter to pay Paul. So, there's a quality in Saudi Arabia. Is wee. I just bring him on loan here. I don't have to pay anything because I am the owner and this is also my club. That is what people are complaining about. And I'm not trying to finger point Chelsea. Chelsea is not the only club that has Babasale is all around, right? Right. There is Aston Villa. There is Arsenal. There is.
I think everyone had.
There
had
is.
some-
You get. There's Man
Stuff.
City. So there's Newcastle now. So it's like that. So the loan system, it's a very good thing. It used to work. It still work, but we need to look into it more closely now to make sure that people don't what's the word for it? They don't corrupt the system itself because of their own selfish gain.
Mr. Barker, what do you think?
Okay, I think I agree with what you're saying. Like, yeah, it's a gift and a curse. That's what Jay-Z would say. It's a gift and a curse. So, yeah, the gift is like, there are some people that want to use the system properly, whereby you can use it for temporary fix, you can use it to develop young players. Like, yeah, we've seen some amazing players that came through the loan system. Then we've seen like some very, very, very funny stories when it comes to loan system as well. I don't want to be in trouble on the podcast to start giving examples, but
Please give examples.
what the good stories?
What the bad ones?
The bad ones?
Let's start with the bad ones.
The bad ones is Bakayoko. You see, there's one Nigerian defender also.
What's the name? Jesus.
Nigerian pro defender.
At Chelsea?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Olayina?
No, before they settled them online.
There's a Nigerian defender, then there was this Ghanaian guy also. There's Ghanaian Baba Rahman.
Yeah, Baba Rahman.
Yes, all those guys, man.
But
So that's like just maybe let's say like the cause of it, like.
I think Baba Rahman is still even under the Chelsea books up to now.
So you see,
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about. Like then, but it's not only Chelsea. Like you see, like you go and get a young player. Let's say like for Arsenal, like give example, you bring someone like Vito Manoni from I don't know where he was brought from Italy. Then somehow you already know Manoni will never play for Arsenal. Yeah, but what is he doing there? So like yeah, so like you can only loan him like to places, different places. So why not just leave him wherever he used to develop? Maybe one day he will have been an Italian international. You don't know. Yeah. So I think that's the point. Like Tia I agree with Tia. Like yeah, it depends on how you want to use it. There's the good side. There's the bad side. So the good side is still something that we can still works today. Simple as that. Come through the loan system. Harry Kane went through loan. Emil Smith-Rowe, but Emil Smith-Rowe is even a good story.
No, we have to use the guy in Newcastle now. The one they bought for like 25 or 40,000 pounds, 40 million pounds from Arsenal. What's his name again?
Joe Willock.
Joe Willock, right?
Yeah, Joe Willock. Even the guys at Chelsea, the Lewis Hall,
The Lewis Hall.
Livramento, those guys.
Yeah.
So those ones like they're the good stories about having a good loan system and where it comes to player development in terms of those young players. It really used to work. Like, but then football changed. Football changed in 2003, 2004, whereby
It changed.
like this development in terms of young players was not really
Because the
priority
club,
was not really there.
because the club was already ahead, right?
yeah.
People that invested way much more money and they were getting quicker returns in terms of footballing success. That it's a long process. Like waiting to do things right is often a long process, right? See, Arsenal will have probably been miles ahead if the Abramovich era didn't come, right? Because of the way things were being done at that point in time, right? But all of a sudden, if money comes into the system, you can get things done faster. Why do I need to wait 3 years for a player to develop when I can just pluck one right now and get results?
I'll get it done.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I agree with you because I kind of quite remember when Abramovich came to Chelsea, the whole landscape of the Premier League changed because of the kind of players. I think in a particular season, and his debut season, he bought close to 11 players outrightly. So I think from that point, we started to see that most of players actually started to agitate, right? So that led to a lot of players going out on loan just to satisfy them to get more playing time. So I feel like you're right because money actually brought the disruption to the loan system in the Premier League, and I quite agree with that. And how so unfortunate that my club is one of those that has heavily depended on the loan system, and of course famously known as the Blue Loan Army.
The funny thing is like Chelsea is really like among the clubs that really had a very good
academy before.
But like
we still have a good academy.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, but the thing is like you see like Chelsea players coming up like out of how many do you see really make it? Like well, seeing that time Scott Sinclair was coming. We don't even know where that guy was.
The eras I miss the era where West Ham used to have very great football academy where Chelsea and Arsenal people used to go there and go and pick players. Yeah. And I don't, honestly, to be honest, like this is a very unpopular opinion. I don't credit or berate Chelsea for the influx of money into the Premier League. No, I blame Manchester City because they started it. They started with the likes of Robinho.
Yeah, because even the team, but even like because Chelsea was the one that was tried. It was Chelsea that they tried to use FFP for, to be honest, because they're the ones that they looked at. Like, okay, yeah, we don't want another kind of this situation to happen. So somehow Man City still
because Man City actually started it right with when Sheikh Al Mansour that bought Man City at that point in time, and we had Sean Wright Phillips. What's the name of this other guy? Was it Danielson or somebody?
There's some funny guys they signed at that time. Yeah. That's one.
But it didn't work, right? So Chelsea just took that blueprint. Robinho, yes. Roque Santa Cruz. Chelsea just took that same blueprint, mastered the loophole, and here comes the Abramovich era.
And to be honest, when Abramovich came, those things were not illegal. They were not wrong.
They were not.
He was just doing what was allowed to be done at the time.
It wasn't easy to just change 11 players like that.
So for me, I feel okay. Like you see here, I think the Premier League and I think UEFA as well, they've come up with a lot of rules to actually protect some players, because you feel like some players go out on loan and then they actually miss their ways. They probably, like currently now, we for a player like Santos, who is at Nottingham Forest, he's a very big, like a big name player out of Brazil, right? Yeah. And he has even had a one cap with the national team. So a player of that magnitude,
that guy is a Brazilian international.
Yes, he is. So for a player of such magnitude, right? And he's a young player of that magnitude.
What?
He's a big player.
Magneto. You know, right? I think that Brazilian team has an issue.
Yeah. No, I'm coming, guys, because I want to land somewhere.
Okay, land.
So fact is, most of these players, they play well for their parents' club before they are being bought, and they are doing exceptionally well. My point is this, because it pains me, right? For maybe a club like Chelsea, why do we go after these kind of young players when we know that you are not going to give them chance?
It's how much you sell them for.
To succeed. Yeah, I understand. Now, the fact is that, for my club, we benefit a lot from homegrown players. And again, most of these players that once we buy them young, send them on loan with the hope that they are going to perform better in those clubs, they come back and we sell them for profit. You understand? So for me, it pains me, and then this brings me to the point whereby Cafu, you guys know the legend in Brazil.
The best right back in history,
so he came up to say that the influx of Brazilian players to the English Premier League will dent the image of Brazil from ever winning championships, because he feels like players running to the English Premier League is a waste of time.
No. It doesn't feel like it's a waste of time. It feels like now, right, where everyone is trying to stunt the growth. Before, right? What age did you know Ronaldinho?
Like 17, 18.
Exactly, right? When you knew him in Barcelona, you didn't know him at 17, right? He had matured, right? He had like his development in the Brazilian league. They play for clubs like Santos, Palmeiras, whatever, right? They were groomed, right? really, really, really develop their talent because the environment is very, very important. But now, once we see a gem that is 16, whether his football development is complete or not, it's an export. So when they take them out, right, automatically they just die. The growth just stops because there's no support system anymore.
I think Cafu is just being naive and sentimental because
because he needs to develop their league.
Yeah, you need to understand that football has changed. Like it's not like before, whereby like you said, Ronaldinho is a good example, and those guys whereby we only knew them when they already came of age. Nowadays, football has changed, whereby Chelsea has scouts in Brazil already, watching people that are 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
And straight away, you can just feel like, okay, even like this example you made with the Santos, they already bought him before anything even happened.
Before
football has changed.
That
guy is just saying that because if you look at most of the players now in Brazil, most of the players, Brazilian players now play in the Premier League and the team is not playing well. So maybe that's why he just woke up to go and say like,
No, the thing is, he is saying that, Cafu is saying that he prefers that English Premier League stunts the growth of these players.
Of course.
He feels like if Brazilian players go to leagues like in Spain,
then nobody wants to buy them
and Portugal, that
they play better. Which is similar to their style of play.
That they play better.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. See, the Premier League is how do I say? The Premier League is more like the adjunct of all the leagues in the world. You get. So it's more physical, it's rigorous. He has every element of every other league. So if you are not well-rounded or grounded, right? If you've not really, really, really mastered your craft, Baba, you will falter. In one of my groups, right? We call it WAEC. Like the Premier League is the WAEC. You will fail. They'll say, oh, let them come and do WAEC. And you see how many big names, how many talent the Premier League has swallowed, right? There's a reason for it. It's because in Brazil, they play samba, they play with flair. That's why
it's more individual actually than team sport. So,
but when it comes to the Premier League, you have to learn. You have to learn synergy. You have to learn rhythm. You have to be physically fit. Why is Neymar always injured?
Right. Okay, guys. So because this topic is inexhaustive. It's a very big topic, right? So, but we are just going to try and limit it to the ones we can actually cover for this episode.
Yeah.
So we see that for the Premier League now, during the 2022-2023 season, the loan players out for a particular club was limited to only 8 players. So now this season, the current season now, is being limited to 7. Then from 2024-2025 season, it will be further down to 6 loan players for that per season. So do you think that this kind of rules being brought in is justified to being able to cope this menace that most of these top clubs using these young players to maybe achieve maximum profit or probably would I say stunt their growth? Or do you think that maybe they should be given free will, clubs should be given free will to actually exercise, right, keep buying these young players, maybe like Manchester City, they have a multi-club model. Chelsea is already copying that model right now. Brighton is already known for scouting very young players, developing them, and then selling them for big profits.
At least Brighton plays them.
Yeah. So do you think that this is the right move for the Premier League and to actually see that young players get the protection that they need?
Well, Baka, you want to take that? Because like I say, I'm not a fan of caps. I don't like caps. Because the moment I hear caps, at the back of my mind, I'm human. It's the way to beat it that comes to my head.
For me, what I think is okay. If, let's say they are trying to put the cap in a way like to limit stunting the growth of players. But if, let's say they are trying to put it because they've seen examples whereby in a season we've seen a club loan 13 players, it's too excessive, then it's wrong because that's reactionary, because they're just doing it because you see
a particular club
is doing it.
Doesn't mean
if that's the reason why they're doing it, then it's wrong. But if they are doing it based on the fact like they feel this what will help young players to develop more, whereby if we limit the number of players they loan out, they won't sign so many young players. And probably if they don't do that, or if they have them, then they have to play them, or they have to develop them on their own. Yeah, so if that's the point of view they're seeing to make this, I think the cap is even reducing every year.
Yeah, it's reducing every year.
Yeah, so if maybe that's the point of reasoning, then it's okay. But for now, we cannot see how good that is. Of course, we'll have to see how it goes.
Okay.
We know whether it's a success or not.
So further to add to that question that I asked, now there are exemptions, right? So they said, for my report here, I say I have players that are age 21 and younger, and they are club trained. That means that they are homegrown players. Those are the kind of players that are exempted from this kind of loan structure or the cap limit. So that means that they can be loaned outside of the limits, and then but both conditions must be met. For example, a 22-year-old club trained player and a 20-year-old foreign player who has only been with the club 2 years would each take up one of those spots. Like you get it, like either one home trained and one foreign player will take up the spots on the cap of the loan system.
Oh, okay.
So for me, I feel like this actually will help, because there's a player that I saw during preseason for Chelsea, which is Angelo, right? He's also a Brazilian.
The guy in Nottingham Forest?
No. He was loaned back to Strasbourg, which is
the other
sister club of Chelsea. So
that's the other team, right?
Yeah. So and you could see that the boy is doing so well, absolutely well. So and I feel like a player like of same similarity like Diego Moreira is a Portuguese, bought by Chelsea as well, was sent on loan to Lyon, and he stalled there.
Yeah, so this is when it's a problem, you see, because Angelo is a midfielder, right?
Angelo is a winger.
Oh, he's a winger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a winger.
Moreira is also a winger.
Okay, then you look at the wingers at Chelsea, and they keep signing players in that same position.
It's that same position.
So that's why it doesn't
my problem.
make sense. Like you're doing it.
That's money laundering we're talking about.
Oh, but when you say it's money laundering, that means like, because these players are bought. For me, I feel.
Where did you get Moreira from?
Moreira came from where? I think from Sporting Lisbon.
Okay. Which you have a relationship with.
No, we don't have a relationship right now.
Yeah.
For now, we don't have.
In Portugal.
Yeah, but we are trying to.
You say for now?
For now, yeah. Because we are trying to buy majority stake.
In Sporting Lisbon as well.
In Sporting Lisbon, yeah.
That's this same Togboli.
Yes. But it's not successful yet.
Oh, okay. So this is how football is going to be.
Hey, that's it. Football is fast becoming networking.
Okay. Yeah, but that's not the same thing I'm saying now. For Manchester City, they have this model already in place. They have like more than 4 or 5 clubs.
Yeah, but you see, for Man City, like the conflict maybe will only arise with Girona. If Girona, like right now, Girona is stopping the league in La Liga or something. So, but we've seen that the other team is in Australia. One is in New York City, right?
Remote.
Yeah, so those ones are like places. There's one.
But that ground,
those ones there will never be any kind of conflict except maybe there's one kind of Ronaldo that happens to emerge from New York City, which we have never seen.
But Una.
But these are teams in Europe. Like
when you say Una, what are you referring to, please?
No, because you're UEFA with them, so you're under probably like the same body. So if Strasbourg becomes a good team, then there's that conflict. Like the same thing they said for Man United now, right? With these Ineos guys, yeah.
All right.
So that's when like you can smell conflict.
All right. So, all right. So guys, because Tia has been mentioning what do you call it? What is he saying about money laundering?
Yes. Now.
So do you feel like, because I feel like Chelsea has really benefited from the loan system, because most of our cash actually come from the loan system. I think there was a season that we loaned more than 30 players out.
Yes, now.
More than 30.
But the thing is, like, how are they making money from it? Because a club like Chelsea, Bakayoko, I guarantee you, if he goes on loan, Chelsea are the ones that are paying at least maybe half of his salary or something.
Yes,
those
at least
guys.
they're not running at a loss.
Okay, so maybe
Those
they are
are-
reducing the loss, you mean, right?
Those are stopgap. They are stopgap measures. So if they don't make money directly from it, at least they're not losing money on that particular player. So instead of me paying 30 million for a player in a year, I end up paying 10. Because somebody else.
So it's
pays 20.
reducing losses.
Yeah, it's a stopgap for loss measure, and then once they're able to sell, makes up for the difference.
All right. Okay. So I think, like I said, this topic is endless. If you really want to dig deep, and but where do you see where the problem really lies? The dark side of having this loan system managed, or the top sides that are having these loan armies. Right? Yeah, they are loan army because that was what Chelsea was known for. Like I said previously, we loaned more than 30 players a season.
Chelsea, I think there's this documentary on ESPN, 30 for 30. I think there needs to be a 30 for 30 for Chelsea's loan system because it's just the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Because for Chelsea, I feel like most of the loan guys have gone out. The notable names that have gone on loan and they came back to the club and they did well, likes of Rhys James, likes of Mason Mount, likes of
Mason Mount.
Yeah, Mason Mount went to Derby, was very good, came back, he played a very good
And then
2 seasons for us. Tammy Abraham as well. So for me, I feel Chelsea has really benefited a lot from, because remember the season we were banned from purchasing players, and it was the younger boys that actually did us proud. So for me, while the loan system offers some sort of hope for young players, but also we should not forget about the dark side as well. And not forgetting also, it's not just about the young players, but most of these aggrieved top players that they come to the club, they cannot perform well, and then they are forced out on loan. For example, Lukaku. It was a bit of a problem just this last summer for Chelsea to be able to move Lukaku forward.
So he's still on loan?
He's on loan currently. So you see, so I feel like I agree totally to what the Premier League is trying to do. Put a cap on this so that we are sure that maybe if a player, you're going to buy a player, you're buying that player for the sake that he's going to have game time. And then for clubs like Chelsea, clubs like Manchester City, anyway, I can't fault Man City because I think they give...
No, they must really run their club.
They run their club well. They give these young players time.
So you can see some young players play.
For example, Cole Palmer, I don't think that we would have gotten a player of that quality if it's not from their academy.
Selling Cole Palmer to you was the height of the disrespect.
The disrespect?
I tell you, like, take him, you won't amount to anything still.
Wow.
They're not lying. Are they lying? He barely won 5 games this year. You know that, right?
But for Cole Palmer, I think I don't know, different topic actually.
Yeah, it's a different topic.
You think they will regret
it's a different
selling Cole
topic.
Palmer?
So let's pause it there and leave it as it is. I think we are going to have like another episode on this loan system later on. Yeah, because the list is inexhaustive and we cannot conclude everything today. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this episode, and we really hope that you enjoyed the discussions that we had today. And if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please do well to subscribe, leave a like on all our videos, leave those comments, and we will. One of these days, we are going to read your comments on the channel.
maybe you should speak your language, because the English you've been speaking since has not brought you more subscribers. Speak your language. Dákun, ẹ bá wa subscribe sí channel yìí, ẹ̀bẹ̀ là ń bẹ̀, sorry, making sọ yẹn, ẹ̀bẹ̀ là ń bẹ̀. See how we better
can you speak your language?
My language nobody understands.
Hey, speak now. Ejo. Oh yeah, hit on that subscribe button.